Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to our free to play series. I think we're on part 51, but anyways, as you guys can see, we're actually not doing this live. So I went on like on a huge losing streak the other day. I don't know, I just been playing bad on top of just getting matched up with a bunch of people like with like level 15 phobies. I don't know, I'm guessing it's because of the new update, but anyways, we're up against Banda on crypto. This map's generally not my favorite. What's it called? We're gonna start with the Bomangos and Grave Digger. Grave Digger's like a must on this, a must have on this map, you know, just get rid of these obstacles. You don't really get too much room. And you want to get as many tiles as you possibly can, especially since this map is really small and the stim pads, once they get like a 3 range unit on it, you're gonna have a hard time maneuvering. As you can see, he has an Innoculus, which is very popular on this map. A little bit difficult to take care of, but we're gonna bring an Innoculus out of our own. He can't really do anything for now. You know, we're just kind of setting up our armies. And then he's gonna bring out a Miss Milfat, which is pretty scary, right? Especially paired with the Innoculus. So how are we gonna counter that? We're gonna counter that by bringing out our own Miss Milfat. And so the cool thing about this is that even if he decides to pull our Miss Milfat right now, right, he has to place his own on this middle panic point, meaning that even if he kills ours, we have the Bomangos and Innoculus in range to kill his own Miss Milfat. So pulling mine will just basically cancel out the Miss Milfats, which I'm fine with, you know. I really don't want to deal with pulling phobies on this map. It's already hard enough to play on as it is. So if he decides to go that route, then whatever. But he actually brings down Eternal Night, which is a pretty good play because we actually can't kill it in any safe fashion. So we kind of just have to let it live and kind of back off a little bit. We're gonna bring our own Eternal Night. To be honest, this was kind of a misplay on my part. I don't know why I brought this thing out. I would have been better off bringing out any one drop really, because take a look at this, guys. Notice our health on our Eternal Night, 502, 546. Meaning, if we last hit with this thing, it's just gonna die. I mean, like level 4. Well, I don't know what I was thinking, but definitely a misplay on my part. We're just gonna lose 2 keys here for literally no reason. Or actually, never mind. I don't know why. I thought I was gonna sacrifice my Eternal Night for his own, but that wouldn't even make sense. So we're just gonna see if we can get some value off of it. I don't know what he's doing with his Bachelor here. I don't know why he's just sacrificing it, but I mean, that's good for me. It's good because on this map, more often than not, it's gonna end up being a map where you're gonna be in a stalemate and you and your opponents are just gonna go back and forth on the middle panic point. Brings out our Evo 2.0. Not the scariest on this map. There's no abysses, you know, so I don't really have to worry too much on placement. Although it is a little bit annoying, but this is definitely not his strongest map. He's gonna bring out the Jar Cannon, and he's actually gonna be able to finish off our Eternal Night with it, just because it's such a high level, you know, level 4 versus level 13. So, you know, if they were of equal level, then yeah, our Eternal Night death damage would have killed the Jar Cannon, but sadly that wasn't the case. So right here, he's gonna go all in. He's gonna pull our Bomangos, and then he's gonna go ahead and bop us with the Evo. Thankfully, Innoculus is a 3 range unit, so even after that bop, we're actually still in range to do some pretty significant damage to the Evo. I think we're actually able to kill it here because of the stim pad, and we don't have to worry about any pulls. So we really don't have to worry about anything because of this lava tile right here. You know, if he wants to push in with his Inoculus, he can, but it's gonna be very tough for him to keep it alive. So cool thing about that whole interaction is that, you know, we actually kept the pull from our Miss Mofat. So if we want, well, we can't pull anything here, but check this out. Our Eternal Night death damage actually gonna come in clutch here. We're able to sacrifice our Murder Ring for the Jar Cannon, you know, which is another phobia that's pretty hard to deal with on this map if your opponent knows what he's doing. So on top of capturing the panic point, so that's pretty huge now that we're both at 0 keys. So we'll see what our opponent does here. He can't do much. He's actually, we're gonna take care of his Inoculus. That's the biggest threat right now, and that's pretty much GG's. I mean, as soon as we take care of this, he has no more range units to take advantage of Miss Mofat's pull, and from here on out, it's pretty much just cleaning up the house. Alright guys, so we're back. We're on the same map again, Crypto, except we are going second. We're up against Richie Burgess. I know you guys generally like the live matches better, but the reason I decided to do this is because it's much easier to just, it's like less time consuming. Because live matches, I have to cut out all the boring parts, but with replays, it kind of just does that for you. The only downside is you don't get my initial thoughts, right? But I don't know, I think we're just gonna have to do it this way for now, at least until I get like more free time or whatever. But so check this out. Our opponent started with the Cassowary, right? That's a pretty popular play. I see it every now and then. You place it here, your opponent can't really place a unit here without it dying to the Cassowary, so we're actually gonna put the Boomer down. One, it lives the Cassowary even 2 shots from it, right? So we'll be able to utilize it later on in the match. That's why we placed the Boomer there, as opposed to like a Razor Mouse or any other one drop really. So we're gonna bring out a Bomangos. We're gonna have to take this nice and slow because our opponent is being quite aggressive. If he decides to capture that top panic point, it's not really the end of the world, which he is going to do. We just sacrifice our Boomer next turn and we don't lose anything from it. He's being pretty aggressive. He's gonna bring out Contortio. That definitely wasn't necessary though. I mean, he already has control of all 3 panic points. I know he could set it up for like this next turn so that he's able to capture it with his Contortio, but we're actually not gonna fall into that. Instead, we're just gonna kill our Boomer back to full HP. You know, it's the beginning of the match, so I'm not too scared of these triple panic point damage to my heart. It's only dealing about 700, so we'll live. Your heart has quite a significant amount of HP. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna Grave Digger this to block him from basically harassing us any further. Now we cut down the heart damage to 200, and now we can go ahead, build up our army. We're gonna bring out a Klepto here. The reason for that is because this Grave Digger obstacle actually leaves our Grave Digger vulnerable to the Spud, right? So if he moves his Spud where this Cassowary is, he's actually able to safely take a shot at the Grave Digger, which I didn't want happening. That's why I brought out Klepto to help utilize this obstacle. If I hit it twice, it's the same as hitting the Spud once for 472. So definitely a good choice of Phobie on my end. And right now our army is looking strong, so if we want to push, we definitely can. And because he's actually locked into 5 Phobies, if we want to, we can actually just hold off and build up an even bigger army, but I don't think we're gonna do that. Because he didn't start out with the Grave Digger early game, we're actually going to be able to just bully him due to the lack of tiles he's able to place his units on. You know, if he could place it far back here, but the problem is they'll be out of the match basically. They won't be able to reach anything. which on this map you do not want to give up any kind of map pressure. So we're gonna bring out our jar cannon just to help bully his units. And actually, that's not why we brought it out, because the Klepto plus bow mangoes and jar cannon actually deal enough damage to kill the Spud. So 500, 470, right? That's like 970 plus, you know, 273. That's well over quite a little bit over 1100. We're gonna kill the Spud. And then check out our jar cannon placement. We placed it there because it's out of range of Murderwing and Cassowary, both of which are excellent counters to the jar cannon. If we would have placed it here, it would have died to the Cassowary. Putting it here actually just leaves it to about, how much health? Like 90 HP, which we could just heal on the healing spot. Even if we couldn't, it's still much better than having it die to Murderwing and Cassowary. Which, in case you guys are unaware, you can actually, the lava damage actually does not kill your jar cannon, no matter what league you're in. It never does enough, unless of course it's still level 1 and you're like at Sum of All Fears like 3. But I don't know, that's kind of hard to get. If you could get to that far, then you're a pro with the level 1 jar cannon. So he's gonna bring out a, it's not Jeeves, what's this man called? The Mildred, level 11, so pretty scary. Gonna go ahead, kill off his Contortio, fall back with our Boomer. Actually, looks like we're finally gonna sacrifice him. Move out with our bow mangoes a little bit. Clear up some more obstacles so that we could easily maneuver around the map. We're not able to heal our jar cannon just yet. We have to be careful with the Mildred because our jar cannon is squishy and it does have a range. It has a pretty big range. So if right now, if you were to target our bow mangoes, he'd actually be able to kill our jar cannon, which is pretty crazy. He's gonna bring out his own Boomer. Not the scariest Phobie. Actually, I think here we might be able to kill off his Murderwing. Yeah. So we're gonna kill his Murderwing, and all we're gonna lose is our bow mangoes. But right here, okay, good. I was gonna say, I thought I made a mistake there and left our jar cannon there. All we're gonna lose is a bow mangoes, which, you know, it's not really the worst trade because it's a 3 for 3, killing his Murderwing for our bow mangoes. But it's better on our end because we have a jar cannon, which totally dominates this map. So I'm looking to get rid of the Cassowary and Murderwing counters, so he's not able to push quite as easily on us. So right here, we're gonna be able to pull his Mildred, get some pretty significant damage off on him. About like 1,000, maybe a little bit more, actually like 1,300. But we're gonna kill his Cassowary here, and we're actually not in danger of dying to Unicorn and Stabby. And I mean, that's pretty much GG's, to be honest. The only way we lose this is if we just throw the match right now. And we're gonna place the Cassowary there because I don't want him to just capture our top panic point. He's gonna go ahead and fall back with this Mildred. And to be honest, we should be doing the same, healing our Klepto and then just waiting for our Mismo Fat Pool again so that we can kill the Mildred. But instead, we're actually just gonna fall. We're gonna go ahead and move forward with our whole army, which I don't think was really necessary, to be honest. Or maybe it was. No, actually it wasn't. Because he gets out 3 traps, which is pretty crazy. And to be honest, guys, let me see something. We actually could have lost the match right here. Because his Mildred, look. Hold on, let me unpause it. So that was a huge misplay on our part, right? There was no need for us to push in that deep. And our opponent makes a huge mistake here, guys. So all he has to do is move Mildred where this Boomer is. And then go ahead and unleash his attack on the Klepto, right? He'll kill the Klepto, Cassowary, and Jar Cannon, significantly damage the Miss Mofat and Gravedigger, move his Stabby here, and then kill our Miss Mofat, and all we have left is a Gravedigger. But instead though, he's gonna go ahead and just kill our Miss Mofat. So definitely a misplay on our part. I know we technically won this match, but in my mind, I kind of count this as an L. If he was able to recognize that, if he was able to capitalize on our mistake, that was GG. To be honest, we would have lost. We would have had nothing left. I don't have any two cost range units, so we would have been screwed. We're gonna go ahead and body block with our Jar Cannon so we can preserve our Klepto. I'm gonna bring in Mopsy. I believe that's what this one is. I could be wrong, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's a Conceal. But that's pretty much gonna be GG's. If you guys enjoyed these matches, go ahead and leave a like. Like I said, I haven't been playing the best lately. I don't know why. I don't know, I just been having like an off week or something. We were actually really close to being done with this series. I was about 2 games off, right? But I choked, guys. I'm back down to 2,900. I was at 2,960 or 80, around there. And I don't know, I just blew our lead. Now we're back down to 2,900. So I'm trying to hurry up and finish this series so I can just focus on, you know, like the guides and stuff. But yeah, hopefully we're able to get it like this week or sometime next week. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for, you know, always watching and for understanding the schedule change. You know, you guys have always been so supportive of me and I really appreciate it. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video despite me not playing the best. I actually lost to, I don't know if you guys know, Akuma the Great. I believe that's his channel name. I think he's like related to Miss Cha, who's a very big Phobies YouTuber. I just played against him and I lost. I played like doo-doo, to be honest. So maybe you guys will see me on his channel getting absolutely worked. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.